Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm your host Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Sedona Rouge Hotel and Spa. Sedona Rouge is one of our sponsors, along with Broadcast Rentals and Sedona Advertising Agency. Thank you to our sponsors for participating in our 26th festival. And I'd like to introduce you to Trouble 1 and Trouble 2.
Trouble 1 and Trouble
And
2
2.
right there, yeah.
Thank you for being with us, that's all. We're
Thank you,
done.
that's it, we're done, we're good to go.
We're done.
Really,
You can be Trouble 3.
we will.
Part of the posse.
Exactly, but some of the stories we've already been talking about, I think we should be done. So they're going to escort us out of here in a second.
Well, we were talking Italian,
Yeah.
and so I think a little bit of my heritage, well, a lot of my heritage, and some of yours.
Right.
So it kind of intersects a little bit, right?
Definitely.
But, so please introduce yourself, because you're not a stranger to film and television.
Well, depends who you ask.
That's right.
My mom knows me, but a lot of other people don't. But my name is Pat Battistini. I was here last year with my short Tin Can, and this is...
Trouble number 2. Jason Goulet, and I'm the producer. And I've produced a lot of his short films throughout the years.
Why?
Exactly.
That's what I said. And it all goes back to our friend that we were telling you about in like 1999. Was it?
That's when we first met. Yeah,
first met.
yeah, and we would hang out, and we just got along so easily. So when it came time,
Not easily.
well, for me, easy, harder for him.
Yeah.
But when it came time just to start creating things, it was sort of that digital age was just beginning. You could do a lot of your own films. We thought, well, let's jump on a bandwagon in here and let's just start making stuff. So Jason's a really good sounding board for me. I'll write and then I'll share it with him, and he'll throw back some critique at me, and then we'll take it from there. And then once we get going, I usually direct the short, and Jason helps me produce it, but he's pretty much the person that keeps us in line, believe it or not.
It's not a very straight line. It's not a
that's
straight
scary.
line.
You've seen some of our shorts, you'll be like, whoa, what happened to these guys? No, but so that's kind of how we work together, and it's been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you are no stranger to, you've been in anger management.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that show.
No, I didn't realize you're going to be talking about my my little acting career. Yes,
Yeah, I want to know about this.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he didn't share any of
Oh,
us?
yeah.
He's out there in Hollywood with me. It's like kind of like, hey, I'm going to be on a show. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Where's that chocolate cake you had earlier? So, I mean, it's just
Don't
like,
care.
yeah, we don't care. But so I was very fortunate to get out, and I've kind of put my acting on the back burner now. I enjoy really writing and directing more. Naturally, if there's something in one of our films like Jason or myself, if we're doing something where we don't want to cast another person where we could do it, we'll go ahead and do it ourselves. Actually, we just did last year. There's a 48-hour Easter Seals film challenge, disability film challenge,
yeah.
And they're trying to get more awareness with performers with disabilities. It's called PWDs. Whereas in Hollywood, they're casting able-bodied actors for the roles of disabled people, chairs, whatever stuff. So in order to give awareness to them, Easter Seals and a gentleman by the name of Nick Novicki got together and started the 48-hour film challenge. So it's fun. So the main theme of the film doesn't have to be about disabilities, but it's just about using people with disabilities, performers with disabilities, in your film. So Jason was the star of our film last year. We had a great time with it. It was science fiction, and they pull that, they give you the notice right there, and they go, science fiction. We look at each other like, oh yeah, that's gonna sink. So, but we had fun with it. We just did it, and so he was the lead actor, and he's actually a wonderful actor. He won't admit it, but he is a wonderful actor.
This isn't about me right now.
It's always about you.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah,
about
yeah,
you. Just keep that in mind and just go with that, okay?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about your film.
Sure. Well, it's a story of Miss Rossi, and the best way to put it is it's about a woman on her way to a business meeting through the mountains of Italy, and she makes a little pit stop, and she comes across some interesting characters, and things don't really go her way. When I started first piecing this together, I told Jason, I said, you know what, I'm going to Italy for a couple weeks, and this is actually filmed in the village where my grandfather came from. So I was taking my son there because he wanted to spend the summer there, and he wanted to learn the Italian language and improve on it. So I said, okay, I'll take you. But my cousins, they won't let me leave, of course. True Italians, they embrace you, keep you there. So I thought, I've got 2 weeks, let me shoot something. So this little store right here is my cousin's store, actually. And as filmmakers, the biggest decision Jason and I have to make when we're going to do something is, do we get the location? Because that's usually the most costly thing in your budget is location, unless you can get something good. So really, that was the center of where, okay, I'm in a store. And then I'm a character actor, Jason's character actor. We love to use character actors. So that's why we said, well, let's piece it around some character actors. And the old man was the first thing that came to mind. And then I actually named the film Aldo. And then Jason said, well, really, it's kind of more about Miss Rossi. And I was like, yeah, you're right, it is. So thus we came to Miss Rossi. And that's how it came to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we have a clip, so let's see the clip and we'll talk more.
Vigile! Vigile! Mi spiega gentilmente la strada più veloce per arrivare alla Spezia?
Lei esci, qui a sinistra, avanti 300 metri, distributore, a destra, sulla statale per la Spezia.
Ottimo, grazie.
Scusi, dove credi di andare? Non si può partire da qui.
Scusi un attimo, ci metto un secondo.
So anyway, the film was 5 minutes, and we chose this little clip because from that moment on, everything goes downhill, and we didn't want to ruin it for the viewers to see it. So that sort of is dramatic foreshadowing, the look on that police officer's face of what happens next.
And I like how he says we have 2 weeks. He's going over there, and it's like when it really came down to it, he's like, I have maybe a day or two free. And I was like, how are you going to do a day or two free of filming when we're just trying to put it all together? It's like, you're going there for 2 weeks. I was thinking 2 weeks, and he's like, no, I really only have a day or two free filming. I was like, oh, fantastic, good luck. Go about your merry way.
Well, we do work fast because we don't have huge budgets and stuff, so we do have to, and we can't keep people, 8-10 hour days where there's double overtime and things like that. So we're used to working under fast conditions, and everybody really was very professional here. All the actors were great, and our DP and our sound, everybody was wonderful. It was a small crew, so that made it pretty easy. Like we were talking earlier today, the hardest thing about it was getting all the Italians away from the lunch for all the food, because they're all sitting there for a couple hours. They want to just enjoy, as they do,
Right.
And I would have loved to have done that too, but we're like, we gotta go. So yeah, that was pretty much shot it in one day, and we're very happy with the result. Everybody was just great.
Wow, you shot that in a day. Not only do Italians like to eat, but after they eat, they usually take a nap.
That too. So we had to bring out the coffee, definitely brought up more coffee. And ironically, there's a little bar right across from this village. We didn't show it, but there's a little bar right there. And it was kind of like, where's our sound guy? Hey, Roberto. And he's over there, sipping his coffee. We got to go. Come on, let's go. But it was a very laid back shoot. And I guess, and that's important for me, my personal feeling for shooting a comedy. You want to keep it really light, and you want to have a great time on the set, because if you're laughing between takes, it's going to, translate over to during the takes as well.
And that's what we try to make every film.
Yeah.
That we do is like, we just want it to be like a little family.
Yeah.
So everyone feels good.
Yeah, respect everybody's time and respect the actors' times as well, yeah.
Well, speaking about family, like you've mentioned, you've been here before. You've been to the Sedona Film Festival. So how many times have you been here already?
This is actually only my second time, surprisingly. I've known people from the festival for quite some time, but we kind of rekindled the relationship because I was playing, my film from last year was playing at another fest, and I ran into them there. And I had known them since we were 12 or 13 years old, and we used to do musical theater together. And they said, well, you got to submit to Sedona. And it's like, okay, well, I will. And so fortunately, we got in last year, and then we're back again this year. Yeah.
And are we treating you okay?
Oh,
Wow,
really?
this is fantastic.
Well, it's his first time to
This
Sedona.
is my first time.
So he's
I'm
he's in awe as we're
Yeah,
just
I'm
doing
like, just
anything.
like-
Yes. I kind of try to give him a heads up, but the festival, it's just so uniquely rare that you find a festival that makes us, filmmakers feel so wonderful and welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. The warm feeling, it's like, it's everyone you come across, it's just, it's amazing each story that they're telling.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is powerful because, they don't get a voice, and that's why we started to do it. It's like, you want a voice, and this is an unbelievable place to have a voice.
Yeah, it is.
Well, how can people find out more about your film? I know it's going to be showing.
Yes, it's again Friday. That's tomorrow. Boy, the days are just going by. 1 o'clock, and then also
Where's it at, though?
At the Harkins. All you got to do is just walk in the Harkins, say Miss Rossi, and they'll direct them to the right theater. And then also on Facebook, if you just do a search for Miss Rossi on Facebook, and they'll go to our Facebook page. And if they like it, then every third day, I think it is, we do a little raffle where you win a Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm signing up.
I've been putting in every time, and I've not won a Ferrari.
And this is live.
Awesome.
I've tried many times. I don't get anything.
Is it just a little model Ferrari, or
No,
is it a
well,
big
I am not the
Ferrari?
producer on that part.
You got to click to find out.
Well, see what I told you? This is trouble one, trouble two. I thought I was trouble, but no, not in comparison.
Thank you, Carol, for
Yes.
interviewing us, though, taking the time.
Yeah,
to
it's
let
very
us
nice.
show our
Nice
film,
to meet you.
And thank you, everybody with the Sedona Film Festival, all the volunteers and staff. You guys are great, amazing. We couldn't do it without you guys, and we truly appreciate it. And also the sponsors and the patrons. Couldn't do it without you guys.
Absolutely, and we take bribes.
Awesome.
Ferraris.
Ferraris. I'll give you my address, my phone
No,
number.
because then you'll stop.
No stalkers. Well, if you're following us on social media, don't forget it's hashtag Sedona Film Fest 2020 and hashtag Sedona Film Fest 26. We'll be back with more filmmaker interviews after this.